The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jackson on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. A big play there on the first play of the game. 56 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. It finds Crabtree for the completion. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. 11. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And incomplete to open things up. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 13. Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Pass incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
11. 6. 11. 6. Go ahead.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He shakes it off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
13. 11.
Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But I think people had to adjust because Joe Flacco as a quarterback, you knew where he would be every time. 3 to 5 steps behind center, you could go get him. With Lamar Jackson, he could be anywhere and make a big play. And how about that defense? Number 1 in the league in fewest yards allowed yet again.
And they'll go on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson on second down. Caught left side to Crabtree. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
All right, now look at 56.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for a loss on the play. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. He can run. And 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. For San Francisco, Charles, earlier we discussed Jimmy Garoppolo, the year he had after the injury. They had to scramble really at quarterback, but now they're going to have the number 2 overall pick because of the injury-riddled 4-12 campaign. Where do you think they go?
They'll have different options, too, because many will say secondary. They just had 2 interceptions all year long. Worst in the NFL. Pass rush, to me, it's edge rusher, because I think they get the rush inside with DeForest Buckner. I think he does a really nice job for them. But could they trade back from number 2? I think they'll be sitting by the phone saying, hey, you guys want to talk? We're agreeable to that.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Set to return, here's Raheem Mostert. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Well, a reminder to everyone out there, coming up soon, the NFL Club Championship event. Now, there are a handful of those club events that haven't been determined yet, but eventually there will be a representative from each of the 32 NFL teams. It's about $700,000 worth of prize money, and it's all going to take place live on Twitch every day at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, starting January 30th and running through February 2nd. Don't miss it.
21. 11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
11.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And by the way, I need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th. And the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 31 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown, 46 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. With that ball hitting the ground, let's take a spin around the league real quick. You know, last week we discussed the head coaching vacancies. There were 8 of them. Well, a lot of those places have already found new coaches, Charles. Some old faces in new places. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Adam Gase staying in the AFC East, jumping from Miami to the Jets. And how about some of the new fellas?
Yeah, how about Cliff Kingsbury? He went to USC to be the offensive coordinator after losing his job at Texas Tech. Ends up being the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Freddie Kitchens gets the job in Cleveland, gets the promotion. Vic Fangio finally getting his shot to be a head coach. He's going to Denver. And Matt LaFleur, he's going to work with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
That leaves us with 2 remaining spots, Cincinnati and Miami, still searching. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the...